Trump does not seem concerned about the fact that he continues to fail to deliver on any of his campaign promises. Not only is he failing to deliver things like lower grocery and gas prices, his policies have directly had the opposite effect on both of those things.
Already you see the White House in an absolute panic over gas prices, coming up with wild ideas. Let's do a 1-year holiday on the federal excise tax of gas to bring that price down. They're just flailing for ideas because they understand that this terrible decision that they have taken is going to end this presidency.
Now, as everyone could have and really should have seen coming a mile away, gas prices are going up, which again is the opposite of down, thanks to Trump's actions in Iran and the subsequent chain of events that they set off. And it hasn't even been a week.
Just put on the screen nat gas, the price of natural gas. It's above I think it's about 560 per million British thermal units. But that's way up there. 541 right now we have on nat gas. It's up 6% today. Doesn't that contribute to inflation?
That's a short-term move in gas prices, and to translate that into more understandable terms, that's the equivalent of 75 cents a gallon energy. So natural gas is still our cheapest and fastest growing energy resource. That is much higher than natural gas was a few months ago. Yeah. But of course, what's going to happen now? There'll be more drilling, production will grow, and gas prices will go back down. But remember, that's 75 cents a gallon energy price.
Trump apparently believes that the American people fully support his actions in Iran, even though this military war / invasion / operation, whatever they're calling it, is wildly unpopular between both parties. But he never asked us how we felt about any of this. He didn't even ask Congress, which is literally what they're there for. Whatever representation we, the people, thought we were getting in our government and in the way our country is being run, it's simply no longer a thing. Trump is also not worried about his re-electability because I personally don't see a reality where he would be running for a third presidential term. I don't doubt that he wants to, I just don't really see it happening, if for no other reason than that he's falling apart. The man is not healthy. People seem to think that he would care about the future of the Republican Party, trying to make it easier for the party to maintain its power even after he's gone, but Trump has never been known to care about anyone or anything besides himself. Maybe, I don't know, Ivanka, maybe he cares about her. His whole life, he's only ever been worried about his money. Now he's trying to figure out a way to buy himself into heaven, and I guess in his mind, starting a multi-front war in the name of the return of Christ is his way of doing that. One thing is for sure, his military actions will make a good handful of already elite and wealthy people around the world even more money, and it will kill so many other non-elite people. But if Trump isn't thinking about the poor Republicans flailing and gasping for breath in the wake of his own turbulence, his aides are. They seem to understand that one way for Trump to alienate his base, or to alienate them even further, is to intentionally drive gas prices higher. Republican leaders and hopeful leaders will pay the price for Trump's actions in the future. We're seeing the effects of Trump's dwindling popularity right now. His approval ratings are already in the toilet, but he insists in press conferences that we're all super happy with everything that he's doing and super supportive of whatever he's doing in Venezuela and Iran and Greenland and the Caribbean and Nigeria and Ecuador and wherever else. He's used to saying something that contradicts reality only for what he says to manifest into the new reality, but he hasn't been so lucky lately. The Epstein files, for example, are still looming overhead even as he desperately tries to shift the narrative constantly. He went from claiming to have ended nearly 10 wars around the world, which was already a hard sell to the public, to starting just as many afterwards for balance, I suppose. He keeps telling people that tariffs benefit the American people, but all the American people have seen as a result of his tariffs are higher prices practically everywhere and the shuttering of small businesses. All of that money he took in, where is it? Who has it? It's not here in this country, I think it's safe to say. It's not funding any new infrastructure projects. It's not being invested into small businesses. It's not enriching and modernizing our public schools. We're not getting Trump checks in the mail. Where's the money gone, Don? What's the plan? When do we get to benefit from all these great things that you're doing? Also, Trump-backed candidates don't always perform well in elections anymore, and Trump seems to understand that much. For the Texas primary that just happened, Trump refused to endorse either Republican candidate in the race because the polling was too close to realistically predict the outcome, and Trump reportedly didn't want to be seen endorsing a candidate who would go on to lose the race. That said, the Trumpier of the two candidates did end up coming in second. I mean, I say that Paxton was Trumpier, but Cornyn was eager to remind everyone during his campaign that he voted with Trump 99% of the time. Still, the race was tight enough that the candidates are going to face each other again in a runoff in May. While MAGA still remains fiercely loyal to Trump, happy to distract themselves with stories of Ellen DeGeneres eating babies and Michael Jackson once upon a time running undercover stealth missions on Epstein Island, the MAGA coalition seems to be getting smaller. People are leaving MAGA, some quietly, some not. We'll never see MAGA turn against Trump because once people turn against him, by definition and association, they're not really MAGA anymore. But his approval numbers keep hitting record lows, which should be encouraging to everyone. Even if it doesn't change anything that this administration does in terms of policy or just authoritarianism, we at least can find comfort in knowing that at least there's some solidarity between neighbors. Trump's chief of staff, Susie Wiles, has reportedly been begging the president to at least talk about affordability. She's not even asking him to actually do anything about affordability. She just wants him to tell people he is. He can barely do that much, and when he does, he often contradicts himself immediately after. So, he's out there talking about affordability. He's doing that much, but he's also in the middle of Operation Epic Fury, which is a dumb name. Can we say that? It sounds like a 12-year-old came up with it, or Elon Musk. As a result, with Iran's retaliation, crude oil is now up more than $10 a barrel, which is higher than it was when Trump took office. And on Tuesday, prices leapt by the biggest single-day margin since 2022, and they're up 20 cents a gallon since Trump launched his attack on Tehran, having apparently not worked out that starting a war in the world's main oil-producing region might send crude prices higher. Trump's lack of foresight or his lack of interest in the real-life repercussions of his military actions has left other people scrambling to clean up the mess he's created. One energy industry executive told Politico that Trump's people are looking under every rock for ideas on improving energy prices, especially gasoline prices. So it sounds like they're looking for a band-aid when the solution should be much more involved. Some ideas have been suggested, but none are good. For one, Caroline Leavitt is trying to just tell people that everything is fine. She also said that war with Iran would actually bring gas prices down, but should that have happened by now? Is it one of those it gets worse before it gets better type situations? We need some clarity there. And Trump officials also reportedly floated the idea of using the U.S. military to defend energy infrastructure in the Middle East. Indeed, Leavitt reiterated to the Daily Beast President Trump's willingness to use the U.S. Navy to escort oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz, the narrow passage that connects the Gulf to the open ocean if necessary. The Strait of Hormuz has been effectively shut down, which is a geopolitical disaster for the United States. Iran has said that they would attack anyone trying to enter the strait, so we see that military action never ends a conflict. Military action only ever begets more military action. This is nothing new. We know how this plays out. None of these conflicts ever get resolved or cleaned up. They inflict long-lasting wounds that people and societies and nations endure for generations. This is careless, intentionally so, or rather the people who execute these types of operations and celebrate them care all about the wrong things. If the people of Iran are happy that their Ayatollah has been taken out, then I'm happy for them. But from an American perspective, this is not good. And if Israel and the US get their way, let's be real, this isn't going to be good for Iran in the long run either. All right, that's it for me. If you got anything out of this, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks.